Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Moggycraft Season 2. And last time we built this farm over here, or well, this is rather the killing area. The farm itself is in the nether and I have added some more storage, as you can see, because of how productive it was. And I have AFK there for maybe 30-40 minutes since last time. And I just want to give you a quick reminder of how much we got in 5 minutes alone. So that was 5 minutes. Let's see how much I've gotten since then. Well, I don't think it's to anyone's surprise that this entire chest is full, as well as this hopper right here. And this chest also has quite a bit inside of it. Yes, this one is very productive. And it has actually given me one other thing. Unfortunately, I was not recording, but when I came back from the nether, I noticed a ghast over here. I first thought it was a happy ghast, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I brought that guy over there. Yes, the one that you see in the distance, right over there. I thought I brought it back. But the weird thing was, it had no harness on, and at one point, it just started shooting fireballs at me. Yep, at one point, a ghast came through, which is not a bad thing, because if we just go into the advancement tab, you'll notice that I got this achievement, Uneasy Alliance. We've all seen how Sandy got it. How did you do that?
Was that?
How did you do that?
What is
Wait,
that?
what's going on?
Ah.
How did you get that advancement?
I don't know.
No, I know what happened.
What?
She shot at the ghast, and the ghast was over there.
Yeah.
And I went behind the statue to finish the road, it got into render distance and died. Because I saw it. I just saw it die and I was like, huh?
But yeah, in case you guys want to get that advancement as well, apparently you need to build something like this and just wait for a ghast to go through the portal. Last time we also put this portal over here, and while this is not going to stay here, I have actually decided on where to put it. I will keep it here for now, because the build I want to put this in has not yet been finished. And where I'm going to put this is actually on top of that tree over there. If we just quickly fly on top, you can see that there has been some work done a long time ago that actually allows me to go all the way from the bottom to the top without flying here. And I did want to build like a tree house on top of here already, but I think that portal would actually be the perfect excuse to do so. But today's plan is to make this look good, because as you can see, everything that has a purpose here has a nice build around it. I say that, and you're probably looking at this like, oh my god, that's so ugly. Yes, I know, it's not going to stay there forever, it's temporary, because I have also been working on these walls, and for these walls I do need a lot of wheat to make the mud bricks. Anyway, this is the plan for today, this farm right here. So we're just going to continue where we left off last episode, and the first thing we are going to do is remove this storage. Because while I do want this place to have a good storage, I think what's more important right now is to kind of set up so we know what we can build around it. Or rather, how big we can build around it, because I already know what I want to do with this. This build is actually pretty tall, I would have to say. And I want to count exactly how tall, because what I want to do with this is actually make the build wider than it is tall currently, which is going to be a little bit of a challenge. It's going to require a lot of resources, but if I build something nice out of this, I know for sure I'm going to be able to get something, you know, nice out of it. If that makes any sense. It doesn't to me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is where we start the circle. Alright, we have the circle completed around the outside. Now, what we have to do is, well, kind of think of how big we want this outer circle to be. I guess probably 3 blocks and then start going inwards. And the question is, at what point do I want to stop going inwards? I think that's going to be left up to me once I have finished this outer circle. And of course, it's not going to remain out of dirt. So what I'm going to start with is placing down these lights over here. And eventually it will make sense why. But for now, just accept that they are going to be over here. And this might change if the redstone that I'm thinking of doesn't work out. But let's just assume that my redstone always works out. It definitely never goes wrong. My counting, however, apparently does. Just, forget about that one for now. What I want to do is put in glass where the dirt is right now. And I'm just going to do a very simple pattern, which is exactly this. Alright, most of the redstone is in. There will have to be some small modifications made, like right over here, where I have to put down a block over there and put some redstone on it, and that's gonna have to happen in each corner over here. But other than that, the redstone should be pretty much done. And I can actually place down the final block that will activate the whole thing. Let's go. As you can see, it is going around in a circle, which means that if we just look from a distance, you will see that the circle of light is going around. Now yes, it does skip the corners, as you can tell, but with that being said, we can, put the redstone in there, and it should light those up too. Alright, so immediately you might notice that I have replaced the slabs with these regular full blocks. And that's because I think otherwise the build is going to be a little too thin. And of course we do need to, make sure that the entire build is covered up. And I think this size is still going to be fine, and if it's not, I will have to make this circle just a little bit bigger. Then all of this will have been in vain for the most part, but we at least know what design we would want to go with. So I would still say that it will have been worth it overall, and I should also at least have the resources. Probably have to craft a couple more of those lanterns then, but we'll see. Hopefully this is going to be a good size. Oh boy, do I have some unfortunate news for myself. Yep, as you can see, I am taking it down, and that's because it's clearly not big enough. Well, here we go once again. I'm going to need to find more, well, maybe not. But most likely I will need to find more observers, definitely more lights, and a bunch more glass. Well, time to restart this entire project. This circle is a lot bigger, as you can see, and I have left in the observers over there just to give a little bit of a comparison to how much bigger this actually is. And I guess the saying is go big or go home. And that's what I had to do here in order to actually make this fit. At least now it should fit. If this doesn't fit, I would be surprised. Getting close to finishing up this little bit right here. And there we go. Now it should go all the way around. And it actually doesn't skip any, I believe. Let's just quickly check. Oh, wait. It does skip that one. Well, that's annoying. I'm not sure how I'm going to fix that. Actually, I think I know one way I can fix it. If I remove this one and put some redstone dust over there, because now it is skipping both of these, it should light it as well. Alright, well, I know what I'm going to do next, and that is sleep, because as you can see, that place has turned into one giant mob farm. So we don't need redstone there. what we do need is blocks, because as you see, now it does it, but... Oh wait, we actually have 2 lines? Well, I'm not upset about that, but what happens when we put down redstone is... Look at this. It will go in only one direction, so it actually skips this one right now. Once the light comes back, you'll see that this one gets skipped. Yep. But if we just use blocks over here, none of them should get skipped. As you can see here, all the slabs are in place, not just on top, but also on the bottom, and I think we should get inside. Now, you may notice that these lights are actually not turning on at the moment, and that's because I have taken out 2 of the observers, and I do want to put them back, but as you can see, I have made it so that they will go in at the same time, just so that we have 2 of the lights on at the same time, so they will always be on opposite sides of each other, and we just need to press this button to make that happen. Boom. Now there should be 2 bits of redstone going, turning on the light. So there's one over there, which will go all the way around. That means the other one should come over soon. Yep, there it is. And you can see that they are actually on opposite sides. Now, immediately I can remove this line of redstone and the pistons. And before we work on the interior, I think we should take another look at the exterior, because it is not yet finished. Let's start with a single line of iron blocks on the top over here, because this is where, you know how UFOs have like this top bit that is like sticking out and mostly made of glass, because you know the aliens need to be able to see outside. Yeah. That's what this bit is going to be. And I think the iron would look good over there. Let's see. Yes, it does. And we are going to have something similar underneath. Of course, it's not going to be an iron circle with glass around it. But, I mean, let's just take a look at where exactly we want to place this. And I guess over here would be good. Now, unfortunately, I have to break this one. There we go. And that doesn't line up. Let's see. Apparently they need to go. Oops. Alright. I would say this circle is looking good as well. Now, the one issue I'm having with this is... I mean, let's just take a quick flight. And let's do that on the No, you die instead. Let's go down below here and check this out. Yes, okay, it does look good, I would say. I'm just thinking, should I add like a little bit around this place as well? I guess I could, just not out of iron blocks. I've gathered a couple more blocks, and as you can see, because mobs can spawn here, we do need to light some areas just to make sure that none of them spawn here. And how I'm going to do that is probably with just a sea lantern and some andesite slabs. The question is, am I going to do that in the place where they technically already cannot spawn, such as here, and have it like this, which doesn't look great, or maybe without? Or do I want to go over here and choose a spot that might actually look better? Like, let's take a corner over here. Yeah, I'm trying to find out where exactly the corner is. Probably this right here. And if I do this, let's see. Okay. I mean, it, you know, smooths out with this area here, which is something I don't like as much. My connection is terrible, isn't it? These lights do light up the entire thing, and now it is time to put in a dome, which is going to be this size. So this actually is a little bit lower than it has to be, but that's fine. At least it all fits nicely. Looks like the occasional creeper still spawns here, but as you see, this dome is now finished. And I have to say it looks good. I don't remember the last time I've ever built a dome, honestly. I always see them as like very difficult, but this one went pretty fine, I have to say. And I am sure there are people looking at this being like, yeah, this is definitely not that great of a dome. Honestly, I don't care. This is the best dome I've ever constructed. So, yeah, I'm taking the win on this one. And now it is time to move on because, of course, not only do we have an inside to do, we still have a way to get inside to do. And I think the way inside is going to be more interesting for now because, well, we need a way in and out, right? And when the easy way in and out appears, we can probably decorate this place much more easily. So, what am I going to do? Well, let me just grab a bunch of stuff. First, of course, clear out my inventory. And we're going to use these. And we are going to use water. Alright. I think that's most of the stuff for now. Alright. Alright, I have waterlogged this slab just so that there's an easy way in and out with the water. But of course that's not going to cut it. Because what I need to do is make it so that if I turn all of this flowing water into source blocks, that we are not going to miss any drop. So I don't want it to spill everywhere, meaning I need to place down all these panes. Did a drown just spawn in the water here while I'm working on it? I have no idea what happened there. Anyway, moving on. With the glass panes in place, what we can do is grab some soul sand that we will eventually put at the bottom here. But first I think what we'll do is put in the kelp to make all of these source blocks. And this is going to take a little bit of time, but it's going to be very, very easy. Time for the moment of truth. There we go. It is a success. Now let's see if that baby drowned or whatever that was comes up here as well. Hehe, it did. You're dead now. But now is when we actually get started on what is going to be underneath this that makes this look less out of place. And that is the swirl of the aliens trying to abduct something. So I've made this shape in the water so I can easily follow it, and then every 2 or 3 I just go 1 up, boom, like that. And in case you're wondering, no, this is not something I've tried before in creative. So if this goes wrong, I have to destroy everything and rebuild it from the start. With that being said though, we can quickly check, and yes, it looks good. But the one issue I have with this is that it has no light whatsoever. I mean, if I go underneath here and with the conduit power, yes, I do see that it's green. But I feel like there needs to be something here to indicate light. Oh yeah, that is looking good. Now, how are we going to do the light? Well, I have some end rods over here. And I think if we just put them on the inside and the outside of this little spiral, then I think things are going to look good. I've only put a couple on the inside at this point, but I think it's going to look good. And yes, it is nighttime, but I think that's the perfect moment to check it out, of course, because we are working with lights. And oh yes, this is exactly what I was hoping for. This is just perfect. Well, I guess this is the best I could do with the interior right here. And I have put in an exit right over here. I should probably put up a sign. And yeah, this place is nothing special, but when you go over here, I think this place turned out pretty nicely. And one thing I need to do still is put some chairs in here, so that the alien frogs that live in this UFO actually, have somewhere to be. So how do you use this exit? Well, you just stand against these blocks and you press the button and you fall down. Simple as that. Now I quickly want to look one more time at this build from a distance. And let's turn around in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Oh yes. I love that build. Okay, that's looking so good. And from the top of our base, it is looking extremely good as well. Now, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and if you did, then you know what to do, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!